What's going on, everybody? Marc Blair, Money Coach MB, here with my guy Jeremiah Abu-Bakr. We are here on another episode of Make It Your Own Podcast, where we bring dope people in to just have a good conversation about entrepreneurship, being able to understand, money, finances, wealth building, whatever, great ideas that's doing cool things in the DMV area. So Jeremiah is here. Tell them a little bit about you.
Man, I'm just happy to be here. Obviously, real estate is obviously our niche. However, we obviously teach, that home ownership as well as owning your own business. And so we happy to give you some content today, man, to make sure that you guys are on point, spit some game, obviously, and just get back, man. We appreciate you guys for checking in with us, man. So stay tuned.
Good. So yeah, man, we here, and a lot of times I'm the one talking to different people about different questions. But again, Jeremiah is going to be hosting, so we co-hosting together on Make It Your Own Podcast with different people across the DMV area. But today, Jeremiah is going to be giving me the interview and basically just asking me some cool questions about what's going on and what brought me into this whole space of real estate and how I even got here. So we just shooting the breeze, man. So what up?
Yeah, man? Let's get it, man. We're gonna jump right into it. So we gotta give the people what they want. So we want to know what brought you into the broker of own real estate.
Now, I mean, and taking it to the broker side, man. My thing was more so entrepreneurship, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't never know I was gonna be a broker, right? That wasn't something of my dreams. That wasn't something of my plans. I never even knew I was even going to do real estate. But I got into the business in 2003. And in 2003, in that time, not everybody was doing real estate. Yeah. And in the area, too, of where we were, not many of us as people in our community doing real estate. But when I graduated from Delaware State University, got my real estate license in 03 to 06. I made a boatload of money because the market at that time was just booming.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That market was booming. So I didn't really understand the business. I just knew that I just got my license and everybody wanted to buy a house. So 2003 to 2006, I made a boatload of money. But when 2006 came, of course, that was that crash. Yeah. So when the crash came in 2006, from 2006 to about 2010, I was with a company, like a network marketing company.
Okay.
And they talk about money and finances, wealth creation, right? So I started to learn the game of money and finances, how money works, how the banks uses money. So it became really intriguing about, wow, all this stuff we learned at school really wasn't being taught out here and being applied in the real world. So as I learned that, it was just like, okay, real estate wasn't really taking off, but everybody's talking about investing, doing some real estate. So, learned about that kind of stuff. So from 2006 to 2010, I didn't know no clients. I had no clients, right? Because the 2003, 2006 was everybody calling my name, but I didn't really know how to get no business. Yeah. And because I didn't get no business, I said, let me just buy some property and stuff like that. So ended up buying property, bought an IHOP in St. Croix, bought buildings and renovated buildings in Baltimore and stuff like that. So I was just into that space, although I was still working a full-time job. And right around 2010, I said, you know what? Let me see what this real estate license could do, because I still wasn't able to really get nothing going. So I got with a coach. Shout out to my guy Johnny Lowy.
Yes,
Line Right Realty, and he just coached me up to where he ended up taking my business from making around $5,000 a year for anybody who says okay, to making $250,000 working a full-time job, right? So then when I started to hit that $250,000 mark while I still was working a full-time job, that's when I said I knew I had something special, where the training that he gave me, I said, you know what, I wanted to be able to give it back to the people that I know that's in this space, right? So that's really what brought me back into the space of real estate, and he rejuvenated my career in real estate to where I'm now a broker trying to just pass all the information I have down to all my agents and doing some other things too. Gotcha. So that's kind of how the brokerage got birthed.
Okay.
To own real estate.
So let me ask you, did you always, because I know I always knew I was a boss. Like I knew I couldn't, obviously I worked so many jobs, from the time I was 16 up until now, I had 3 or 4 jobs at a time just trying to make ends meet. But in my back of my mind, I always knew like I'm not supposed to be working for no one.
Right.
So when did you know you was a boss? Or when did you like really know, like, listen, I know I should be an entrepreneur. I should be working for myself. Like,
so it's funny. I always wanted to work for myself, but I always still had the save approach, right? Growing up, you know, I'm a Jamaican, right? So you have a Jamaican descent. So your parents all teach you to save, right?
Yeah.
So you're really not supposed to lose. So it's hard to be an entrepreneur when you have that mindset of just always holding on for dear life, right?
Okay.
So that holding on for dear life thing kind of like always crippled me to being able to want to spread my wings and go out there and just shoot for the stars. But as I've started to invest, I was losing. So, you know, I ended up losing, you know, $20,000 on investment deal, $40,000, and it was okay. I wasn't, I didn't lose any sleep. Right. You back into it. So, but as far as answering your question to when I knew I was a boss, it was really just more of a risk thing, right? More of a risk to add value. But when you get sick and tired of the job, which is what happened to me, when you get sick and tired of that job, you tend to just look for entrepreneurship as being your savior. You know what I mean? So anything I'm gonna try, as long as I ain't gotta walk in this office, I'm good. So that kind of, it got to the point now, Verizon Wireless did me well. Make no mistake about it. But there was a time where as the corporate ladder structure wasn't, I started to realize that I didn't want to climb the corporate ladder when I got into entrepreneurship. But the problem is, as entrepreneurs, it takes so much time to really make some money that the job income always kind of keeps you like level, right? Because it's always going to be ahead. But it got to the point where...
But the mindset in it is that it's always going to be a cap too.
That's the
working
thing.
for somebody.
Right.
Entrepreneur, there's no cap. You can make as much money as you like.
Right.
I hated that. Like it wasn't a point where I said I just wanted to be a millionaire. I just wanted freedom. And I wanted to be not having a cap in the amount of money that I can make.
And the cap is real because they pay you well, right? In those corporate America, when I say pay well, $100,000.
What we think is well.
What we think is well, even before taxes, right? You really make 100. You really made about 60. You know. So, but yeah, when you understand the money and finances, it gets to the point where the job kind of starts to get in the way. And when the job gets in the way of how much more business you can do, that's when you kind of got to let it go. So that's kind of what it's
makes sense. So obviously it's been, how many years it's been since you started on real estate?
On real estate, 2 years old. Man. Yeah, 2 years old. Yeah.
Okay. And then Align Right was how many years prior to that?
1.
So 1 year you made a decision to jump out there on your own again and take another risk, not knowing whether it was going to work again. Right? Okay.
No.
So how has it been working out so far? Being the broker for 2 years, including your challenges and obviously your strengths and weaknesses that created you to be who you are today in regards to the broker itself.
Now that's a good question, man. What's interesting is that I thought as an agent, as a realtor, you got to make you say that name right. Realtor. It's realtor. We're not realtors. It's realtor. As a realtor, I thought I was under the impression that everybody wanted it just as bad as I did. Just because you're an entrepreneur, I thought everybody who jumps into entrepreneurship is ready to grind the way entrepreneurship is supposed to grind. And as a broker, I just thought it was really going to be easy because I just thought the missing link was the knowledge, the education, the motivation, the inspiration of getting these people to the next level. I thought that's all I needed was to just let them know I'm here. Come to realize that that's not the case, right? So, but you ask how it's been working out. I think it's been working out great. You know, we're almost at 100 agents in 24 months. You know, we're doing a lot of great things. I'm doing some other things that we're putting together as a brokerage to do something different and move different. That's our hashtag. We move different in on real estate. So some form of collaboration with investment development and building and stuff like that is what I'm trying to do with my agents as well. And yeah, so it's exciting, man. It's exciting about the people I'm bringing on too. Love to have you as part of my ace, you know, on the team. And, you know, we're just looking to do some big things, man.
Yeah. And I want to piggyback on something that you said. I think that when you spoke on, you know, agents that come in this game and you think they want it just as bad as you thought you wanted it, I'm starting to believe that some people get their license because they want to be an entrepreneur. They want to actually, do real estate full time. Some people just want that extra money to compensate or to add to their primary income, and that's it. And so then, if you get one check here or there in real estate, you find with a lot of people fine with it. And so a lot of brokerages have that, and so some people are just fine with that. And I think at the end of the day, you gotta have, when you have those interviews and that process in regards to finding out what their vision is, do you really want to do this full time? Some people may say yes and some people may say no, but then you're going to see their actions throughout their process. Right. That's what I think.
And I think you're right, because this area, they pay well too, right?
Yeah,
again, that goes back to the whole, I can't leave the job because I got bills, I got daycare, I got school, I got tuition, I got a mortgage. So that's fair. That fear is real. False evidence of paying real is definitely a real thing. But yeah, if they want to run it as a hobby, like I said, they could go get another job.
Facts.
Because it probably pays better, right? Quicker, if you just go work a job. But this is a big business, as real estate is concerned. Real estate, and it's a lot of different avenues that you can go off of real estate. Not just being a real estate agent. So, but the license is good, but if you want to work it and not just pay fees.
Yeah, I think also what kind of separates you when I made the decision to come over here, and then again, knowledge is power, because I never paid attention to brokers that sell and then brokers actually that recruit agents. I thought they do both, and then obviously I think that's where I was lacking when I made the transition. Nothing wrong with brokers that sell, totally fine, because I came from obviously with Harbor Trust with Shantae Hill. Nothing wrong. Shantae is a great broker. However, there's a difference between that time that you have as a broker to put into your agents in regards to you having that time to be able to do that. So I think that's one of your great qualities, is separated to understand. Listen, I can sell here and there, but the most important thing is if I want my brokers to grow to a certain level, then I got to make sure that I give back to these agents and make sure they're educated and make sure they're well informed to be able to go out and do these deals.
And that was one of my coach actually told me that. He said, listen, as a broker, you gotta make that decision. And that's the toughest decision, is to let go of your selling, because again, you're so used to, selling and go after clients and stuff, to now go to a broker role. You have to now focus on agent count, right? Agent volume, agent production. And, and that's what separates the big brokerages versus, the other smaller brokerages. But, I plan on being a big brokerage in regards to quality. Not really more so numbers. So that's my vision, of having a lot of quality, good energy type agents that want to win.
So without giving people your niche and how you're going to produce that, give us an idea of what that looks like in regards to how are you going to identify the quality agent versus just going in volume. Just say I'm just going to get 200, 300, 400 agents versus that quality agent that fits what you're looking for. So
as brokers, man, we have tools, right? But again, one of the main tools is social media. Right. So the quality ones are the ones that are out here on TV right now on social media. We call it social media is our new TV.
Absolutely.
Right. So those are the quality people. So I'm looking at those people on social media who has a presence of activity, and those people just having conversations, just letting them know what the vision is. That's really what it is. But of course I have other methods of going about it and stuff like that as well. But just having fun, letting them know how we're dreaming in here. If they have, some people are just right there and they just can't get over that hump, or they keep hitting a brick wall. But a lot of times it's just being around the right people, that's going to inspire you, going to motivate you, going to educate you, train you. And that, I think, is what I bring to the DMV area as a broker, and a minority broker at that, because again, you don't have a lot of people that like sharing in this space. This is a dog eat dog type of business, you know what I mean? So when you get information, a lot of people tend to keep it tucked and close to the vest, So, but that's how I'm gonna go out there and get them. Social media is gonna be primary. Absolutely. And then take it from there. I
mean, that's where I get a lot of my business from. So, and a lot of successful agents, it definitely works.
Right.
So I guess for me, I think, just to be a little more transparent, let's talk about your strengths and weaknesses. Because I think at the end of the day, we all know we have, we've had some success in what we do, but in order for us to get better, we got to attack our weaknesses, understand where do we need to get better. What would you say that lies with you?
You really want me? I have a whole bunch, man. Listen, I could give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, man. But and it's funny too, because a lot of times I tell people when I preach to them and I talk to them, I'm really talking to myself.
Facts.
So I'm not trying to talk to you and say what you need to do. I'm telling you because I know that's what I need to do.
Right.
And the biggest thing is consistency.
Absolutely.
So I may hit it hard for a week. I may even hit my guy may look at I may hit it off for a week and a half.
Yeah.
But after that I'm gonna fall off because again I get derailed, I'm doing something else, I'm probably fighting fires and stuff like that. So as a boss, I think the key is identifying your weaknesses and then paying somebody to do those things. That's the key to really having a success in growing any type of Now the problem is most entrepreneurs, when you are the boss, the admin, the assistant, the marketer, the advertiser, whatever, all these hats that you wear, you don't have no money to pay anybody, so they kind of struggle with that, or they're being a little too cheap to get going. But I think the secret is, even with like you said, the weakness is to identify that my weakness is the money, you take care of that.
Yeah.
Is my weakness, take care of that. And the strengths that I do, which is the creativity, let's masterminding, that kind of stuff as well. Just keep doing those things as well. But one of the things I do different too, I don't know if it's different from a lot of people, one of the things I focus on is I invest a lot into myself.
Okay.
So I probably spend about anywhere between maybe $6,000 a year just in masterminds, mentorship, coaching, and stuff like that. So that's a budget item that I take on. Yeah. And all of my classes that I ever have taken, even Johnny Lowe, and I spent my money with him.
Yeah.
Every class I've taken those classes. I study, I do it, and I implement them, and they work. So I'm just a big fan of just investing into myself, and I think everybody should be doing the same thing as well.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. That's dimes right there. Y'all better take notes. You gotta take notes, man.
Yeah.
I guess now I want to see. So, what's your plans for the next? Let's say, because obviously we need to have short-term and long-term goals. So, what's your set of plans for the next 90 days in regards to not necessarily own real estate, but in regards to you as an entrepreneur itself? Yeah.
Good. So, in the next 90 days, I'm glad. Next 90 days, I will have my courses out. So I have 2 books already that I have out, a buyer book. I have also a seller book as well.
Okay.
I will have my courses out on sale as well for all realtors. I'll have a course module for buyers.
Okay.
Dealing with contract writing, buyer consultations, online lead capturing, things like that.
Yeah.
The other for sellers and stuff, I have a module for sellers as well, and then I also have one on business development, right?
Okay.
Even dealing with taxes, Uncle Sam, and then I'm also going to be working on that. I won't really complete that in the next 90. My course will be done in the next 90 days, but I'll also have an ebook out for like credit repair, stuff like that.
What's the title? What's the title of those books? The ones that you currently have out already?
How to navigate the home buyers process is on the buyer side, and secrets every seller needs to know is for the seller. So, but in the 90 days, that's how I plan to cover it. So the courses is my short-term module that I'm having.
Now, over the next year or so, when it comes to obviously entrepreneurship and the brokerage, what do your numbers look like, or anticipating in regards to your recruiting when it comes to agents, as well as your business in its totality for the next year or so?
So I think personally, man, I haven't gone viral yet, right? So you're like, no, you had 100 agents, but it's 100. It's hard, right? Okay. The recruiting is me physically recruiting. I'm recruiting agents, and I've always been a good recruiter. Just in business and network marketing, I recruited network marketing, all kinds of stuff. So I've always been a good recruiter because of the energy and good people and vibes like that. Yeah. But in order for me to take it to another level, I have to go viral. I know that. I have to. I have to have people winning enough to go out there and continue to expose on real estate to the market. I have to, and I haven't done that yet. Right. So because I haven't done that yet, I know I need to do that. But I need to basically, how I see it happening is going after the people that I just sold you, my target market of the new social media people who are actively working. Yeah. Pour into them to be able to do some other type of developments outside of just the real estate that they're doing for agents, more so investing into themselves, into business entrepreneurships, companies, right? Evaluating companies, franchises, things of that nature, is how I see the office of Own Real Estate growing. Hence the name Own Some Real Estate. So that's how I see it going.
So for me, based off of that, and then obviously you have a template on how you recruit these agents. What do the people need to know? What Own Real Estate offers that most other brokerages don't? Like let's jump into that, because we might get an agent right now listening to this same podcast right now, and they may not know. Because for me, before I came here, I didn't know what existed at other brokerages. I was a family guy. I bought into my previous brokerage, and it was a family-oriented brokerage. But however, it was some things that I knew I was missing that I didn't know was out here until I actually made steps to make communication with other brokers to understand what does commission look like, what other commissions opportunities are out there, what other trainings are out there for me, what other mentorship programs, etc.
Right.
So what separates Own Real Estate from all these other brokerages that exist in the Washington, D.C. area?
So that's good. And we could talk about, I could give you the cliche answer, which is what other brokerages do. I could tell you that we offer you guys training, which everybody will tell you.
Yeah.
I could tell you that we are 100% commission. Well, there's 100% commission companies out there. I could tell you that we offer leads for free.
Yeah.
There's companies out there. So all that stuff I could tell you, give you broker websites, all that kind of stuff is fine. But here's what separates us. Marc Blair here on Real Estate, what I do is I teach agents how to set their businesses up.
Okay.
Different. Everybody else is coming out just to kind of work with a brokerage. Nah, I teach you how to what? First open up your LLC.
I've done it. He showed me how to do it.
Then I show you, now after you open up your LLC, properly open up your LLC, then open up a bank account under that LLC. From then open up the bank account, I then teach them how to open up 3 separate accounts under the LLC within that institution that you chose.
Dimes.
Now, after those 3 separate entities, one was going to be for your business and operating expense. The second one is going to be for Uncle Sam. And the third one is going to be for your vacation, home expenses, just a lifestyle. Now, from those accounts that you have, when you close on a transaction, you now, let's say it's $10,000 as a commission, you're now going to put a third into the operating expense, a third into taxes, and then a third into your household. So now you compartmentalize those accounts that identifies with when Uncle Sam gets paid. You don't have to run into no tax evasion, right? It's tax avoidance, that's what it's called. You now have money for your household expenses, and you now have money for your business and marketing. So now when companies come and ask you about, hey, I can help generate more business. What's your budget? You now have that. So I teach them how to do all of that kind of stuff, which separates them. Because now, once you get yourself established that way, now going into the real estate space, I could show you all the tools. I could give you all that stuff. But you're not set up, then you have no exit strategy when you first start. So that's what separates.
But you also got to feel that that's value. So even with my team, I try to make sure that they understand where value lies. Priorities got to be in order in order for you to determine, is this actually value? You know what I'm saying? But, and again, I don't want to really attach it to the success, because sometimes it looks like, you're doing all these deals, you're making a little bit of money, and so now you feel like you have to put these things in place. But literally, you need to do that before you even see the success, so that your stuff is in order from day one. Right. Yeah.
And that's what I said. That's what separates us from everybody. That everybody worries about. The great ones have the vision. Great ones know their exit strategy. So it's kind of like this. I give the analogy like this. No one is going to graduate from college and go work a job that they don't know how much they're going to get paid.
Facts.
No one is going to work a job not knowing the benefits that's offered. No one is going to work a job not knowing how long you have to work in order before you can retire. They know all of that up front before they sign.
Yeah.
But now as an entrepreneur, no one has a goal on how much money they want to make in the first year. No one has a goal on how they need to set up their accounts. Yeah. No one understands how they need to even manage their budget and their line items.
Yeah, you got to set up retirement at this point.
No, not how to retire. No one knows how to do this. Like you're almost just closing your eyes and being wishful about. And that is what most people, and why most people don't do well
That's
in
tough.
the business of entrepreneurship. You
That's
know what I
tough.
mean? They have the mindset of this whole school and education thing and how it works. But entrepreneurship, let me do something totally different. It should work this way because I'm my own boss, whatever that is. But
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
And those are the tough decisions you got to make as an entrepreneur, unfortunately. But it has its benefits. It has its benefits, and you have to see value in that. So I can tell you that same concept that you just went through, I followed it to a T. I don't think I did it from day one, but I'm here now. I've set up my LLC. I've set up my bank accounts. Even your referral in regards to somebody managing that through QuickBooks, all of the different entities. I'm now putting all those things in place, so I can tell you those things work, and it now sets me up to be able to make my life much easier versus trying to do these things by myself. Like you said, paying somebody to handle your weaknesses. I mean, we're now reverting back to that. So this is a prime example of that. This is one of those situations.
I told you, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's value in it. I definitely believe that this is those are one of the things that I know for sure that's helped my business and actually give me some time back in regards to that. I know how to go manage my transactions and this, that, and now I have a system that does that.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. Nah, and it's dope, man. And that's what I'm saying. I really love helping you, right?
Yeah.
And like I'd say, and even in business, and I tell even my assistant, my executive assistant Sam, like it's all about it being mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
So even agents that I bring on, I still look for ways that I can learn from them too. I know they can add value for me too, right? I know you can add value for me too. Just because you in the role of the broker role, you can learn. Your broker can learn from you. You just gotta bring value, right? You gotta do something first. You can't.
But you know what's funny about that you mentioned that?
Why?
I've met so many people that are successful in their field, and they're not transparent enough, and they think that they know everything,
right?
And they SHIT don't stink in certain areas. So therefore, it's nothing that you can tell them,
right?
And that's what I love about you. Even I've gotten calls from you, and you ask me questions. Jay, what do you think about this?
Right.
Like, what you think I could do different or do better in this situation?
Yeah, I need
but
help.
And that to me, that's the only way you grow.
Right.
It's the only way you grow.
Right.
We're not perfectionists in no shape or form. So at the end of the day, we got to gain this knowledge from somewhere. And so, but if you feel like there is no knowledge to gain from anywhere else other than yourself,
you lost.
Yeah, you lost.
You lost.
You headed down a dead end.
Nah, I called you plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, call you frustrated, call you like, what can I do different? You know what I mean? And it's just that level. But you only call people that you trust that could give you some good feedback, right?
Absolutely.
You can't just call anybody or somebody who's actually working, kind of thing. So, but I love my team, man. I love my agents here on Real Estate. Good people, and we're looking to bring on more. So. It's really about if you trying to find a home where you want to grow and get that business entrepreneurship and focus on, being inspired and going to work. That's the thing. They gotta work, man. These people don't want to work, man. So when you get into the business, you gotta want to work.
And I still haven't figured that out. I mean, we just was talking just a few moments ago about just the small things and foundation things that force you to want this more for yourself than you. Like nobody can do that. Like I can't, you can put everything out on the table for somebody to eat, but you can't make them eat it.
Can't make them eat it.
It's a known fact. And so, I think for me, granted, I'm not perfect in the business. I've made, a lot of money and had some success over the last few years, but I also know that there is still more for me to learn, more for me to learn from you, from other agents. I watch other agents, their success. I even use that as motivation. Those are the type of things. So I hope I'm motivating someone, and you definitely motivate me. I don't know if I ever want to be a broker, but I definitely appreciate the knowledge and all the information that you give me, which ultimately, and some of this stuff, I can now teach to my friends that don't know what I know. Right. It's no reason for me to have this information and then hold it to myself. And so, anything that I know or gain from others that I've done and saw it being successful in my life, I definitely want to make sure I get back. And I think at the end of the day, you'll then get that back in tenfold in different areas, which you've been a blessing to me from the day that I've met you up until now, just the conversations that we've had. And it's crazy because I know as a child, as you grow up, you got your friends that you grow up with, and how often those things change, and the people that you put in your circle. and now that you elevate, that same circle now is still elevating as well. And that's the journey that you like. I like the fact that like I still have some childhood friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not the smartest person always in the room. I never want to be, and so my circle is changing constantly to continue to help me elevate.
Bro, yep.
And I definitely appreciate it about you, because you're one of those people that I feel like that you've always elevating me and making me think out of the box. Even our meeting that we just had,
Right.
something that this is a powwow you have with one of your agents, with the broker of your business, where you feel like you're not feeling like you're the top dog, like you don't have. You don't look like you're looking down on somebody. You feel like you can still pull back into your agents.
Yeah. And like you said, we just had our mastermind for 2 hours.
Fast.
Just trying to like let's just put together something and try to go with it. But came out with some good information. We ready to execute on it.
They better be ready. I'm trying to tell you, you about to put it to a whole nother level.
I had another agent come in like, oh, this is where everybody's at. This is where we's at. Come follow us. Come see us.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's really what it's about, man. So we want to make sure that people, when they come into here, they feel the energy, they feel the vibe. They see where we dreaming, right?
Yeah.
They see where we dreaming. It's not all about material things or anything like this. But it's really just a matter of taking you to believe in your own self that you can have whatever it is you want.
Gotcha.
Right?
So what inspired this? What's the concept behind this mural?
Nah, that's good. Good question. So yeah, man, it was really just a matter of being, when the artist, shout out to Weird Art Society, who put the mural together for me. What it really was more so, I wanted him to dream with me, right? These are things as right now they're not. I don't have these, right? I don't have these now. You can go and purchase these things now through credit or all kinds of stuff that people got going on and stuff like that, but that won't be smart. But however,
we can go get a bottle of Spade now. We can go get a bottle of that.
We can get a Louis bag. Hey, listen. If I wanted to buy all this stuff right now, cash, I probably could, except for the plane, right?
Yeah.
But that's not smart, right? But I just wanted people to dream with me when they come in here. So when they come into the space of Own Real Estate, we come sit down and have this powwow. Let's talk about it, man. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know what your desires are. And it may not even be the material things. But understand, it's not material things. It's homes, right? It's taking vacation, right? The Statue of Liberty's there. Oh, sorry, y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
A little technical difference.
Nah, we fine, yo. Technical differences. Shout out to the tech side of things, right? But driving nice cars, right? But buildings, right? You see, like apartment buildings. We still getting into the real estate space. So it's mindset, having some money, eating good, and of course, me, stuff coaching, and having some money and stuff like that as well. And it's not about having money. It's just having freedom, like you just said. It's about freedom. Absolutely. When you have this stuff, I'm sure you control your time, you control a lot, so it's just really coming to a space and taking you out of whatever zone you in and coming to another zone where you can now
that's dope. Yeah, we were just talking about that when we was looking at MLS. We saw a house with it was 13, 14 million.
14 million, right.
And we were just saying we gonna be
we need to get there. We need to get there. We need to look at these things and get there.
No doubt. And I see it in our future, real talk. I think it starts somewhere, and I think as long as you continue to dream big and then put in that work, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Definitely, like I said. So I guess we gonna wrap up, man. We want to definitely see what you want to leave us with going out, leave to the people actually, because obviously we trying to basically give some content and drop some juice for you guys. But what would you tell, let's say, an agent who's just getting his license or about to start getting his license? We should not just necessarily choose and own real estate, but what advice would you give them to set the foundation for their business, and when they can look out for it about the next 10 years, and they can look back and say, 10 years ago, this is what I did that propelled me to be where I am 10 years later?
I would tell the person who is looking to get started in the real estate, and again, they don't have to be on real estate, but just in the real estate industry, you got to be ready to work. This is not a place that you want to be able to just get in as a side hustle. You want to be committed. You want to be dedicated. You want to have the passion to really go out there and change lives. And I say it like this: I think more people would do well if they focus on just giving whatever away for free. Right? The more stuff you give away, the more people's lives that you change, like you said, it's gonna come back with no problem. But I think anybody who's looking to get started, really, you got to be disciplined, but be focused in regards to being able to, make sure you are ready to go to work. So with that being said, man, that's what we have here. Make it your own podcast right here. Just trying to have a good time where we cool people coming out doing cool things and giving out cool advice to everybody. Shout out to my man Jeremiah for being able to chop it up with me a little bit today and stuff like that. So we here. Make sure y'all check us out. We on YouTube, Instagram. We are Make It Your Own Podcast. We also have Instagram on that as well. So follow us and we'll catch you later. Peace.